officially have the House again. The margin, not what we were wanting. Do you think stuff looks suspicious with some of those last-minute California races where I'm seeing only like 187 votes, the one up north won by, after the Republican was ahead by thousands? Same down in Orange County. I'm not liking those results.
No, it's always unfortunate when we lose seats and votes are being counted weeks after an election. This certainly does not pass the smell test. We know that we have got to get our states in order with secretaries of states around the nation to actually follow the law and have better and stronger election laws in some states. Our Secretary of State in Colorado says that our elections are the gold standard, yet she released passwords to all of our counties, or 64 of our counties, and had those up and didn't even want to tell our county secretary clerks that there was an issue and that their passwords had been released to the public. So anywhere where you have Democrats in control, there are these issues without voter ID and illegals voting in election. And hopefully this is something that we could get right when we have the majority in this next Congress, in the House, in the Senate, and with President Trump. The SAVE Act needs to be passed. And although we have a House majority that is razor thin, I have confidence that we will be united to pass President Trump's agenda and use the mandate that voters gave us in November. We have also not had this large of a majority in the Senate in quite some time, and we have new leadership there for the first time in a long time. So I'm very optimistic and confident that we will hit the ground running and get a lot done for the American people. But it is unfortunate to see votes still being counted when Republicans were in the lead in their races and then end up losing by just a few hundred votes.
We still got a lot of rhino senators that don't want to approve Pete and other nominees that President Trump has put up, and they all go back to these old school dudes like McConnell and the rest of them that don't want to back our America First people. How are we going to force them to do the will of the people? Because right now they're holding firm.
Yes, and unfortunately, we do see this in the House and in the Senate with Republicans. While Democrats stab Americans in the front, we have Republicans who stab them in the back, campaign one way and govern another.
Exactly.
We see this all the time with spending. We see this all the time with unconstitutional votes or just holding the line on the wrong side of the aisle. And I think that you would classify with me being a professional rhino hunter. So we will continue to hold them to account and expose them when they are on the wrong side of the issue, and have the American people voice their opinions on how they want their representatives to vote with this mandate that has been given. Well, not only did President Trump win the Electoral College vote, he won the popular vote. So his policy is what is popular, and that's what we need to be going forward.
Yes. Biden is now considering blanket pardons for all of the January 6th committee members. That would include good old Liz Cheney, right? Pencil neck Schiffy, all them. Even ones for Anthony Fauci and people at the CDC, NIH, and all that garbage, because they know Team Trump's coming and they're in trouble. What do you make of this garbage?
Well, here's the deal. Those who are asking for preemptive pardons, those who are being suggested to have preemptive pardons, probably have something that is going to take them down. I didn't see Matt Gaetz asking for a preemptive pardon, because Matt Gaetz is innocent, no matter what the fake news media tries to label him as or pin him as guilty for doing. President Trump didn't say that he was getting a preemptive pardon because it's not necessary. Even Adam Schiff is saying that this looks defensive to offer these kind of preemptive pardons.
Yeah.
But I'm not hearing that from Fauci. I'm not hearing that from Liz Cheney or sobbing Adam Kinzinger. And I think those who are not saying this is wrong, we don't want it, we don't need it, this looks bad, this looks defensive, well, maybe those are the ones who need extra scrutiny, because they have already showed their cards, showed themselves to the American people of what they have done to cause harm, whether it be to January 6 defendants, or you have the everything that Fauci has done with the death of Americans, with the unconstitutional vaccine mandates, with what he's done with our children in schools, those of our loved ones who died alone in the hospital. So much more.
Everybody listen to that man, because he's the one with 40 years of experience.